Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Santa Fe, the capital of New Mexico, where tonight, Saturday, March 21st, Santa Fe Gloom is hosting BRUSA out of Mesa, Arizona. This is our Season 3, Game 5 of the Santa Fe Gloom Futsal program. This is part of the National Futsal Premier League matchup featuring your Santa Fe Gloom. And today we are playing the 6-1 BRUSA Futsal Club, like I said, out of Mesa, Arizona. They are a tough team. They've owned the Santa Fe Gloom blade. Tonight's game is proudly supported by the official game sponsor of tonight's match is the official credit union of Santa Fe Gloom, Del Norte Credit Union. Visit them at dncu.org today. City of Santa Fe Economic Development, thank you, Joanna Nelson. Capital Fort of Santa Fe, thank you, the Brandt family, Zach Brandt. Our official T-shirt Burrito Canyon sponsor is Pantry Dose, thank you, Michael Singley. Our athletic trainer is Joe Friedrich and Stephanie Olian of the Professional Therapy Partners. The official podcast partners for your Santa Fe Gloom are the Pit Press Broadcast, Eric and Jennifer Moulton. And we're going to go silent for a moment.
From Chile, number 6, Diego Vargas. From Brazil, the league leader, number 9, Clay Martins. Also from Brazil, the league leader in assist. From Brazil, number 17, Breno Silva. BRUSA is coached by Johnny Cunha. And now the entire roster for your Santa Fe Gloom. From Santa Barbara, California, number 14, California, number 14, Brandon Garcia. From Venezuela, number 13, Leonardo Parafis. From Guadalajara, Mexico, number 1, Jorge Morales. Daniel Renteria. From Albuquerque, New Mexico, number 10, Brian Rivas. From Albuquerque, New Mexico, the scorer of the goal of the month for February, Andres Monge. Co-captain from Albuquerque, New Mexico, number 2, Peter Torres. And from Santa Fe, New Mexico, number 16, Ilias Gonzalez. The Gloom are coached by Patrick Schmidtfield Jr., General Manager Sunil Rivas, and team owner is David Fresquez. And now, ladies and gentlemen, if you're able, please rise and turn your attention to the American flag for the playing of our national anthem.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to our 5th game of Season 3 for your Santa Fe Gloom here at the Toby Roybaugh Memorial Gym at Santa Fe High School. A couple more sponsors to thank pregame. The official warm-up jersey sponsor is the St. Vincent Hospital Foundation. Thank you, Marco Zubia. The official Gloom jersey title sponsor is Mercedes-Benz of Santa Fe. Big shout outs to the Martinez family. Thank you, Michael Martinez. And a big shout out to my boy Mason down there. Really good soccer player, developing stuff like that. I was honored to coach Mason for a season. And also walking the players out today for Santa Fe Gloom are members of Northern Soccer Club, the premier youth soccer club in northern New Mexico. Sign up your players today at northernsc.org. Go through our BRUSA's lineup. We got Jared Wilson, number 1 in goalkeeping, Diego Vargas, number 6, Brian Uribe, number 3, Christian Lima, number 8, Eduardo Medina, number 4, Kaya Martins is the captain, number 9. He is one of the top scorers in the National Futsal Premier League. Joey Fuller, number 12, Karim Moyona, 18, Jan Brandau, 14, who is also leading in assists, and Angel Hernandez is number 12. For your Santa Fe Gloom, we have Daniel Renteria, number 33, out of Kansas City, Missouri. Brian Rivas, number 10, out of Albuquerque. Andreas Monge, number 8, out of Albuquerque. Pedro Torres, who's co-captain, number 2, out of Albuquerque. Jaime Hernandez, number 9, out of Albuquerque. Julian Chile Bustamante, the co-captain out of Santiago, is number 18. Maximo Brito is number 7, out of Albuquerque. Leonardo Weiss is number 15, out of Venezuela. Elias Gonzalez, number 16. Brandon Garcia is number 14. Preci Weiss out of Santa Fe is number 12. Jorge Morales is number 1 of Guadalajara, Mexico. And Santiago Duarte, number 5, out of Bogota, Colombia. Representing both hemispheres of the planet Earth here in Santa Fe. The game will be starting soon. It is a different game than your traditional soccer. It's not 11v11 on a massive size field. We have a court that's a hard surface court that's slightly larger than your traditional basketball court, both lengthwise and widthwise. We have 5 players on the court on either side. You have 4 field players and a goalkeeper. We'll have 3 officials officiating the game tonight. And we're going to get ready for this game, exciting game. It's still time to come down. Thanks for all those sponsors. Every home game for Santa Fe Gloom is free. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. It is free to come. Bring your kids down here and watch your local soccer players play some incredible tactical, technical ball playing. It's a fast-paced game. There are flying substitutions. You can substitute at any time. Players can go in and out multiple times. Not like in traditional soccer. Once you get subbed out, you can't go back in. And also, you'll notice that when we start the game, the benches will switch as well. So at halftime, whatever bench they were on in the first half will be opposite. Your Santa Fe Gloom come off a tie against the Los Urantes, which was a 6-6 tie. BRUSA is atop of the Southwest Division with 18 points. Then NMFS has 15 points. Santa Fe Gloom sits in 3rd place with 7 points after 7 games played, and Los Urantes has 4 points. The Gloom have played 7 games with a 2-4-1 record. Yes, you can have tie games in futsal. And BRUSA is on a 6-1 record. So, the game's about to start, ladies and gentlemen. Please come on down and watch this amazing game that we have going on tonight. Kaya Martins will be doing the start. The kickoff will start with BRUSA, won the coin toss. And we can see here we have, for your Santa Fe team, we have Andres Monge, Brian Rivas, Pedro Torres, and Elias Gonzalez on the court. And we got a counter-attack. Number 6 takes a shot. Ball goes wide. And Daniel had that near post covered. Brian with the ball to Pedro. Over to Andreas. Back to Pedro. You'll see the ball goes back and forth, left and right. They try to get the defense to get flooded on one side, opening up a channel on the other side. Andres takes it to the south part of the court. Pedro's under pressure. Plays it back, keeps control. Elias to his left. Andreas to his right. Brian plays it back. We're playing about mid-court here. See if we get some action going on. BRUSA is staying in control, creating a diamond shape to protect their goal. Elias to Brian. Brian plays it back to Andreas. Tries to take a shot near post. Goes out of bounds, and they award a goal kick. You'll see that instead of like a traditional soccer, it is not necessarily a kick. The keeper can distribute it with their hands or their feet. Deep ball to Martins, and he is not able to get his foot on it. It is technically a throw-in, but they don't do throw-ins, they do kick-ins. The ball has to stop for a moment on the line as it gets restarted. Half times in this league are 20 minutes. A nice little Andreas goes to left foot, far post, and unfortunately misses it. It'll be a restart for BRUSA deep in their half. It is going to be considered a, they were going to originally do a kick-in. And it looks like they awarded a Gloom corner. Peter goes to do the restart. Chip up, high up. Brian protects it, plays it back to Daniel. Brian surveys the court, goes south to Andreas. Simple ball, but Martins intercepts. Brings it back across to Brian. Deep to Elias. Looks like Elias probably needs to put some hairspray on those shoes. He's sliding all over the place down there. Get the shoes a little tacky. Restart for BRUSA. They go deep. Brian's all over Martins, which awards the Gloom with a keeper restart. Daniel plays that really quickly to Brian, who goes running deep. Pedro's got the ball. Chip over Brian. And they're going to call a foul against number 9, BRUSA. Brian's got the ball. Restart. Pedro on top of it. Andres midfield. Elias in the box. A quick restart. Ooh, a little cheeky there. Quick 1-2 touch. Pedro, who was on the touchline almost. And they earn a corner kick. Peter goes to take the corner kick, plays the Andreas, goes out of bounds for a restart for your Gloom. Score still 0-0 at the 18th minute. First half, ball gets chipped up, a header south. Brian protects it. Andreas got the ball to Pedro. Unfortunately, he coughs it up. Forces Martins back. Number 4, and there's Brendau. Chip ball up. Looks like Brian is doing some really, and Andreas are doing some really good defense against the captain for BRUSA. Pedro with the ball on the south side of the court, comes to north. Andreas, pressure number 4 on him, looking for opportunities. Andreas swings it north to Brian. Elias, oh, almost. Oh, he had an opportunity. Keeper was on the ground. Just leaned back. He had a quick chance. Got a little excited. Oh, and I apologize, ladies and gentlemen. We are having some technical difficulties with our camera. We're aware of that, and we're trying to get it taken care of. Thank you for your patience. I will try to keep a good play-by-play of this game. Off of Brian's back to Pedro. He's got the ball, looking deep. Andreas has got the ball, takes a ball in. Oh, unfortunately, he got Brian off his feet. BRUSA's got the ball, and they force a turnover deep in BRUSA territory. Pedro takes his time to go down there, retrieve the ball. We have our first sub. Preciuias comes in for Elias. So Santa Fean for a Santa Fean, which is great. Brian looks to take a shot. Left-footed shot. Gets deflected out by number 4. Eduardo Medina on BRUSA. Peter takes his time coming to the touchline. Puts his hand up, letting him know they're all ready. Andres is deep north. BRUSA's got the ball. Peter puts some nice defense, plays the ball out of bounds on the north side of the court. It is a BRUSA restart. Medina, number 4, goes for the restart. Plays it deep for Brandao. Oh, beautiful save by Pedro Torres, the co-captain. His keeper is very happy for that quick footwork for Peter to get back and clear the ball off the touchline to keep the score 0-0 at the 16:44 time frame. Number 14, Brandao, goes for the restart for BRUSA. You'll notice that this game also is almost like a wrestling match. There are a lot of arms and hands that can play. BRUSA plays the ball to Brian. He's going to look for Pedro maybe. Oh, he does a beautiful ball. Unfortunately, Peter's feet weren't ready. He was on his toes. Ball goes out of bounds for a BRUSA keeper restart. We have Andreas, number 8, Preci, number 12, Brian, number 10, Peter, number 2, on the court, putting double team. Peter's got the ball, tries to nutmeg number 14. It goes out of bounds for a restart. Peter does a quick start back to Brian. Torres, Rivas, Monge tries to take on the defender. Quick feet, plays a nice deep ball south, and Peter launches it into the stratosphere. So Martins with the ball. Number 9 plays it back to Medina. Medina does a beautiful ball to Brandao. He tries to one-touch it, and it goes into the stratosphere as well. It will be a keeper restart for the Gloom. Also, what you notice in futsal is when the ball does go out of bounds or there is a dead ball situation, the clock does stop. Both balls went into the upper stands at Santa Fe High. Brian with the restart. Andreas, mid-court. Plays it back to Brian, who's now on the south end of the court. Crosses mid-court. Tries to play a chippy ball to Torres. Intercepts. Brando plays it deep into Santa Fe Gloom. Daniel, the goalkeeper, gets the ball. No pressure on him. Andreas goes cross-court to Brian. Back to Peter. Peter to Brian. Peter again. Takes a shot, gets blocked by Medina. Ball goes out of bounds deep on the south side of Gloom's side of the court. Brian does a quick restart. Torres to Rivas. Rivas to Preci. Preci's under massive double teaming. Peter intercepts the ball. Plays it to Andreas, who's going across court. Takes a shot. Quick restart. Preci shows his size against the taller Martins. .15:08 left in this first half. Medina, number 4 for BRUSA, is taking the ball just on the corner of the SF in the mid-court of the basketball court. And then Brandao comes in to, also you notice that they're very strict about restart times. The refs will be showing their arms out. There's a certain amount of time that they have to restart. If they don't restart, the ball is turned over to the other team for a restart. We have another Santa Fe sub in. Andres Monge is now out. And we have Santiago Duarte, number 5. A shot on goal, off the post, the woodwork. Oh, and Santiago tries to put it back in. It is a keeper restart for BRUSA.
Next time it's going in.
Medina goes deep. Daniel's there to protect his net. Does turn over a corner kick. Presci's out, and co-captain Chile Bustamante is in. You got to watch this guy, boys and girls. He's got passion like there's no tomorrow. He lives for the game, and he wears it on his sleeves, and he plays the game that way. Pedro intercepts the kick in from the corner. He's going deep. Santiago comes across. Oh, just missed out on Santiago's chance for the first goal of the game, and it goes out of bounds for a keeper restart. So we have Rivas, Duarte, Bustamante, and Torres on the court. Some nice little quick footwork there. Ball goes out of bounds for a BRUSA restart. Got some substitutions going on for BRUSA. We've got 9, 6, 14, and 3 on the court. So Brian Urabe's on the court now with Diego Vargas, Brandao, and Martins up on top. Oh, Bustamante shows why he loves this game. Plays it to Peter, plays it back to Brian. Almost trips on the ball, recovers it. Oh, a quick turnaround by Chile. Keeper stops it. Still scoreless. 13:57 left in the game. Ball's played back from Santiago to Chile. Chile to Brian. Brian sees Peter. Peter back to Brian, who sees Chile on the north side of the court. Interception on the ball. A counterattack by BRUSA. 2v2. And they can't keep control of the ball. Nice defense by the Gloom. And it's a keeper restart. Daniel just drops the ball for Brian, who sees Peter on the north side of the court. Peter looks deep, doesn't see anyone. Plays it to north side. Oh! That posts the woodwork in this game. That keeper has been saved twice now by either post. A quick shot by Brian hits the post, and it's a keeper restart. I swear these goals are regulation size, ladies and gentlemen, but that keeper seems to have the posts dialed in. Deep ball to Martins, who plays it back to Brandao. Sees Uribe on the north side, who plays it backwards. Some double man pressure. And they force the out of bounds deep in Gloom territory for a keeper restart. Daniel has the ball. He plays it short to Brian. Surveys the court, sees Peter to his right. Peter sees Santiago on the north side of the court. Plays it back to Brian. Peter, who's in the center of the court. Chile, Peter, who's immediately under pressure, two double man. Santiago recovers the ball, plays it back to Daniel, goes deep, unfortunately misjudges where the ball should go. And it will be a BRUSA restart from the sideline with Medina in for BRUSA. We got BRUSA is now having Wilson in goal, Medina, Uribe, Brandao, and Martins on the court. We've got Chile, Santiago, Pedro, and Brian on the court with Daniel in the net. Brian puts pressure on the ball, forces Uribe to allow it to go run deep, out of bounds. Daniel plays it to Brian, who's on the north side of the court, looking deep to Santiago. To Chile. Chile has got the ball, plays it to Santiago. Sees Brian back on the north side. Pedro's on the south side. Santiago's open. Looks for Chile. Unfortunately, the ball goes out of bounds. And a keeper restart for BRUSA. 12:36 left in the first half. Score is still 0-0 at your Toby Roybaugh Memorial Gym here at Santa Fe High School. Remember, every game for Santa Fe Gloom, a home game, is free. Oh, Brian Uribe, number 3. Luckily for the court, protected the net. It was a quick counterattack by BRUSA, and they couldn't take advantage of it. And Gloom get possession again. Brian with the ball to the north side with Chile. He's got Peter to his left. Santiago is to his right. He plays it to Santiago. Santiago plays it back to Rivas. Rivas to Torres. He tries to go deep to Santiago. He didn't continue his run. Shot technically on goal. Wilson plays it deep to Martins. Martins is what we'll call a target striker. He uses his size to play with his back to the keeper, our keeper, to try to receive the ball and use his side to do a quick turn and score. It's a quick restart for the Gloom. Rivas to Torres. Torres back to Rivas. Little communication between the brothers, the Rivas brothers. Sergio's on the sideline telling his brother what he needs to be doing. Brian's got the ball again. He's got Torres to his right. Santiago's to his left, and they earn a corner kick. Number 2, Torres will go get the ball and do the kick. Representing your Gloom, we've got Rivas, Dorate, Bustamante, Torres, Renteria on the court against Medina, Martins, Uribe, Brandau, and Wilson. And a quick left-footed shot by Bustamante goes wide. So it'll be a keeper restart. Looks like Martins comes off for your BRUSA, and Karim Moyana comes on for them. Playing that deep target striker. Goes out of bounds. Santiago restarts to Brian. Sees Torres on his right. Torres plays it back to Rivas. Rivas to Santiago. Santiago to Chile. Chile plays it back to Santiago, who's deep in Gloom territory. Plays it back to Chile. Unfortunately, a turnover. Oh, miscommunication by the BRUSA creates a restart for your Gloom. Bustamante comes off, and we have Brandon Garcia, number 14, first time in the game tonight. Santiago to Peter. Peter's got the ball, being under pressure. Tries to go deep. Some nice pressure by the Gloom. They thought they got the restart. They did not. Santiago comes out. And we have Elias Gonzalez, number 16, coming in. So we have Brandon Garcia, Elias Gonzalez, Pedro Torres. A deep ball goes to Brian Uribe into Santa Fe Gloom's half. Elias is all over him defensively. Pedro on the ball. Restart. .21 left in the first half. Scoreless game still. Brando plays it deep to his keeper. Brian Rivas comes out for the first time. Andreas Monge goes in, number 8, to play defensively against their BRUSA's number 18, who's playing that target forward attacking player. Brandon, number 14, comes to do the restart. Plays it to number 18. Tries to do some heel work. Plays it deep back to Uribe, who's in BRUSA's half. To Medina. Medina goes to Karim. And he plays a beautiful ball to Medina, but Daniel, the keeper, comes out, slides, and defends the ball, creates a BRUSA restart. Medina with the restart, plays it back to Bradau. Torres puts pressure, go to Kareem. He tries to do a quick left-footed turn and rockets it into the stands. Daniel does a restart to Pedro. Pedro to Andreas. Andreas to Pedro. Pedro to Elias. Elias back to Pedro. He was at mid-court. Sees Andreas. Elias gives him a left option. Goes to the north side of the court. Plays it back to Peter on the south side of the court. Andreas is on the north side. He's looking for an opportunity. Takes a shot. Oh my gosh! What is with this post? A deflection hits the near post. It was going in. Had the keeper going the other direction. I swear Wilson has prayed to the post gods today, because that's a third one that has ricocheted off a post that should have gone in.
The Gloom would like to welcome John Diani. Thank you, John, for being here tonight.
Wilson does a restart to Medina. Medina tries to chip a deep ball. That's intercepted by the Gloom. Pedro Torres is immediately under pressure. Turns it over to number 18, Kareem. Joey Fuller is now in for BRUSA. Kareem Moyano has it, number 18, plays it back to Medina. Being pressured by Elias. Plays it Joey Fuller. Some great defense by the Gloom. They win the ball back to Andreas. Andreas to Peter. He's immediately under pressure. Wins it to Andreas. He sees, a little miscommunication. I think Elias really needs to get those foos stickied up a little bit. So we have Pedro Torres, Elias Gonzalez, Brandon Garcia. Nice goalkeeping by Daniel. He's on fire tonight. Hasn't really had to use his hands as much as he's used his body to protect the net. It will be a corner kick for BRUSA. For BRUSA, we've got Medina, Moyano, Brandau, and Joey Fuller in, with Wilson still in net. Quick restart. Oh, and unfortunately that created a Medina to Fuller. Fuller one touch into the upper part of the net. So it is now BRUSA 1, Santa Fe Gloom 0 at your 8:33 ticker on the clock. We had another sub. We have number 12, Pressure Ruiz in with Pedro Torres, Andreas Monge, and Elias Gonzalez. That was a very well taken set play. Let's see if the Gloom can counterattack and get an equalizer in for us. Pedro goes attacking and gets stripped from behind. We have Pressy and Pedro being subbed out, with Chile, Bustamante, and Maximo Brito for his first time in the game today. It is a restart from the north end of the court. Chile is going to be doing, he's asking for some distance on the ball. He had the ref mark it out, got an extra maybe yard out of that. Let's see what Chile will do with his left foot. Takes a shot off of the rear of number 18, BRUSA. Comes back for Daniel, the keeper, to play the ball to Andreas, who sees Maximo. Over to Elias. Elias to Maximo. Maximo to Andreas. Deep to Pressy, who earns a Gloom corner kick. Pressy will do the corner kick really quick, plays it to Andreas. He's under pressure by Medina. Tries to nutmeg him, doesn't win it, but so it has possession. Maximo to Andreas. Andreas Brings the ball over mid-court. He's got Elias to his right, Maximo to his left. Plays it back to Andreas. Takes a shot. Oh, a nice save by Wilson with his right foot. Goes out of bounds for a Gloom corner kick. Quick restart by Pressy to Andreas, who's forced back into Gloom territory. Restarts, comes back, plays the ball deep to Pressy, who tries to come around. Quick turn. Keeper's there. Out of bounds on the south end of the court. Fuller's out for BRUSA. And they drew a quick counter attack. And we have a number 5 here that was not on the roster. So, ladies and gentlemen, I apologize for that. For BRUSA. Maximo, Elias, Andreas, and Daniel on the court now for your Gloom. Andreas putting pressure on Kareem, number 18. Brandau still has the ball. He's played pretty much the entire first half already. Does a quick heel pass. Pressy's there to deflect it out of bounds for a BRUSA corner kick. Pressy out, Bustamante in. 7:21 left. It is BRUSA 1, Santa Fe Gloom 0. Quick twirl, another set play, unfortunately earns a ball in the back of the net for BRUSA. Brandau to Medina. It is now BRUSA 2, Santa Fe Gloom 0. Come on, ladies and gentlemen, we need to send some energy to the Toby Roybal Memorial Gym. We need to get this team up and going. We have a bunch of kids from Northern Soccer Club here represented in their red and yellow, showing the shield, the emblem of Northern Soccer Club, the premier youth soccer organization in northern New Mexico. Sign up today at northernsc.org. We got Chile with the restart. We got Maximo on the south side of the court. Andreas deep defensively. Elias on the north side of the court. Daniel still in the net. 7:18 left in the game.
Number 4, Pedro Lopez. Assistant number 14, Jan Brandau. Jan Brandau leads the league in assists and just had another.
Brandau leads, as you just heard, Brandau leads the league in overall assists. That's why they're in first place with a 6-1 record. Yes, on the north side of the court. Elias sees Andreas. Andreas drags it across to Maximo, who's now pretty much mid-court to Chile. Chile, and gets the ball knocked out of bounds by Moyano. So it's a quick restart for the Gloom. Chile plays it to Andreas. And we have another sub in for our Gloom. We have Leonardo David Parahuis, number 15, in for his first time. Oh, nice shot. Oh, unfortunately, got stuck underneath Chile's for the rebound, under Chile's foot, and he couldn't get enough of a lift and power on it to put it in the back of the net. It is still your BRUSA 2, Santa Fe Gloom 0. But there's still time left in this first half. Definitely time in the second half. BRUSA was looking for a counterattack. Miscommunication earns Gloom a restart on the south side of the court. Brian Rivas is now in the game again with Leonardo. Chile, nice turn, nice reception. Oh, and he goes to take a kick. He loses the ball behind. It's a counterattack by BRUSA, and Brian Rivas is there. Andreas is there to counterattacking again. Can he do something? Oh, yes! In the nets, ladies and gentlemen! Andreas Monge with a quick counterattack. A solo effort coming down the north side of the court. Buries it with his left foot into the net. So the score is now Gloom 1, BRUSA 2. Can the Gloom get back? I know they can. Andreas comes off with Pedro. We got both captains now on the court. Brian starts to Pedro. Overlaps him. creates an option on his left, option on his right. He plays to Leonardo. Chili's to his right. Brian to his left, who just received the ball. Pedro's in what we call the box. Oh, nice little cheeky pass across to Chile. Plays it back to Leonardo, who's now kind of playing that point defensively. Plays it to Pedro. Ball goes out of bounds, unfortunately, for a restart for BRUSA. Medina comes over for the ball. They've got Uribe, Medina, and Martins back on the court. Brando is taken off. Wilson still in goal. Martins gets the ball, is able to turn around. Nice defensive tackle by Chile. Chile comes out, and now we have Jaime Hernandez, number 9, for his first time on the game. It is a restart for BRUSA, and they've lost the ball in the Gloom tunnel. Here comes another ball. Medina would do a quick start. 5:04 left in the game. Quick restart. Luckily, they could not score on that. It is a quick counterattack by Leonardo. Oh my God, ladies and gentlemen! Another solo effort by Leonardo. Comes down on the north side of the court and buries it with his right foot in the net. This is amazing, ladies and gentlemen. Quick equalizer. Now it is 2-2 at the 4:56 time. The energy we have out there now, ladies and gentlemen, it is electric here in the Toby Roybal Memorial Gym. You need to come down here. There's still time for the second half. It is 2-2 as Santa Fe, third place team, takes on the first place, BRUSA. Martins gets the ball. He tries to turn on Brian Rivas. He's counters it, taps it out of bounds. We have now Leonardo and Jaime Hernandez, Pedro Torres, Brian Rivas, and Daniel Renteria in the field for your Santa Fe Gloom against Martins, Uribe, Medina, Wilson. And Pedro counters it. Quick slide tackle by number 6. And he wins the deflection for the quick restart for Bruce deep in Gloom territory. Number 6 goes out, and Brandao comes now in. So Diego Vargas comes out. Medina has a quick restart. The number 1 assist player in the league. Brandao's back on the court. Tries to take a cheeky shot. And it looks like we have a restart, and they're going to get a corner kick for BRUSA. Deflection off of a Gloom player. 4:40 left. It's 2-2. Brandao does a quick restart. Goes out of bounds again. They earn another corner kick. Brandao, number 14, take the restart. Plays it deep to his goalkeeper, Wilson. Plays it back to Brandao, who's put under pressure by Torres. And they force the out-of-bounds ball. The restart for the Gloom will be in the BRUSA half. Brian to Pedro. Pedro mid-court. Tries to go between the legs. Earns the rebound back. He's got Leonardo to his left, who's now got the ball. Brian at the top of the court, the south side. Brian's got the ball. You'll notice that players keep moving, rotating position as they try to pull the defender out of play. Torres deep ball, unfortunately does not play it wide enough. Martins gets the ball. Oh, nice little footwork. And Brian is there defensively to knock it out of bounds for a BRUSA restart. So it's Uribe, Martins, Medina, Brandao, Wilson on the court for BRUSA against Torres, Rivas, Leonardo, and Jaime. Quick restart by Brandao, goes deep to Medina. Hernandez is up on top on what we call the key. Torres is now putting pressure on Brandao. Martins tries to come around. Uribe with the ball. Forces it back to Medina midcourt. Uribe's got the ball, takes a shot, and just slices it. Goes out of bounds for a Gloom restart. Daniel places to Peter. Leonardo is tying his shoelaces. Boys and girls, remember, always tie your shoelaces before you get on the court. Referees do not stop first tying your shoelaces. Pedro's got the ball. Plays it to Brian. Brian to Leonardo. Leonardo's being pressured by Brandau, who uses his size physically to win that ball back. Ball goes out of bounds. And Gloom win that turnover for a restart. Brian Rivas is playing defensively, so he's the deep person for your Gloom at about midcourt. Leonardo plays the ball into him. Leonardo plays it deep. Quick turn to Jaime. Oh, that framework again. The woodwork, ladies and gentlemen. Pedro just got the top of it. The crossbar. Wilson has been really lucky today. It's a quick restart for Brandau. For BRUSA, plays it deep to Martins. And Brian Rivas is all over him. Knocks out of bounds. You got Hernandez, Leonardo, Torres, Rivas. Oh, a quick restart. An assist by Martins to Medina, who's able to bury it in the net for BRUSA's third goal at the 3:02 mark. It is BRUSA 3, Santa Fe Gloom 2. We can get this back. It's like Brandon Garcia is waiting to come on. He's waiting to come on for Hernandez, who's not ready to come off yet. Leonardo with the ball to Brian on the south side. To Pedro, plays it back to Brian. To Leonardo on the south side of the court. Brings it midcourt to Brian, who's deep left. Left foot, tries to bury it to Jaime. Pedro gets the rebound, resets to Leonardo on the south side of the court. And Rivas earns a foul for a push from behind. Jaime Hernandez comes out. Brandon Garcia, number 14, comes on. So we have Torres, Garcia, Rivas, Huis, and Renteria on the court for your Gloom. Oh, tries to go with a shot on goal, and it goes out of bounds. It'll be a keeper restart. Wilson plays it to Brandau. Tries to go deep. Torres is there with the leg. It's Vargas, Brandau, Fuller, Martins, and Wilson for BRUSA. Plays a deep ball. That was a really nice ball by Brandau. Vargas almost got it in, but it goes out of bounds for a Gloom restart. Daniel to Brian. He's got Peter to his left. Leonardo's to his right. Brandon deep. Legs all over the place. We're going to call a high kick. Is a restart for the Gloom. Brian does a quick restart to Pedro, who tries to bury it. It's the smallest man against the biggest guy. And we're going to get a tripping foul. So this is going to be a restart for your Gloom. And we got 6. Saying we have the 6 fouls. Or they're saying 5. Little conversation about the number of fouls. When you get to a certain number of fouls in the half, they become immediate PKs, penalty kicks, 1-on-1. They go to the restart. Leonardo takes a whip shot right at Brandau's midsection, who's able to absorb it, and he comes back for a quick counterattack. Kicks the ball out of bounds for a Gloom restart. Daniel to Brian. He's got Leonardo to his left, Peter to the right, who just received the ball as Brian goes deep south. Oh, he got the ball to Brandon, who's unfortunately able to receive it properly, but we do earn a corner kick for the Gloom. Ladies and gentlemen, we still have a whole entire half to be played here at Toby Robo Memorial Gym. And Brandau, I think, is now feeling that rocket shot that hit him maybe a little bit lower than the midsection.
Gloom fans, how about a round of applause for DJ Kiko spinning the tunes all through the game this evening. Thank you, DJ Kiko.
Brandon comes out. Andreas is back on. So we have Andreas, Brian, Pedro, Leonardo, and Daniel on the court for your Santa Fe Gloom. Brandel, Martins, Fuller, and number 5 for BRUSA is on the court now. Brian with the restart for the corner kick, plays the ball down, looks for the quick restart, unfortunately gets intercepted by Martins. Brandel is coming down. And we have a lot of manhandling out here. Sometimes the game does look like the WE. We had The Rock versus John Cena there for a quick restart, and it is a 6 foul, so it becomes a PK. So Bustamante just came on. We have Bustamante, Torres, Rivas, and Monge, and Renteria on the court. Bustamante is going to get ready for his left foot. You see the mark there. It's just above the three-point line in your traditional basketball. But remember, the goal is then another 3 feet behind that beyond the Santa Fe banner of the basketball court. Bustamante takes a big, long kick, finds his target, rips with his left foot, and buries it in the net. Chile with the equalizer at 1:47 goes over to the fans wearing the Argentinian colors. Because all the northern guys, he's doing some fanatics there. Look at that, ladies and gentlemen. It is Chile with the goal. Equalizes. Torres, Bustamante, Rivas, Monge, and Rancheria on the court. Putting pressure on Peters all over the place. Look at the fast work for Brandau for BRUSA. Plays it across to Medina. He's on pressure. Who gets Andreas Monge with the nutmeg. Rivas is all over Martins. He said he pulled him down. It's going to be a restart for BRUSA. Vargas comes in for Fuller for BRUSA. It is not a PK, but is a direct kick. So all the Gloom can be in the box. Martins is lined up. We've got Daniel, Chile, Peter in the goal, trying to block it as we go around. And they try to get confusion, and they're able to block the ball. And looks like one of our Gloom players got it in the midsection as well. Brian's up, walking around. He seems to be okay. It is going to be a BRUSA corner kick. 1:33 left in the game. Score is 3-3. Exciting first half. We've already had one PK that Bustamante buried in the back of the net. One of the referees calling little incidental traffic issues in the box. Restart again for Brandau for BRUSA. Does a quick chip. Pedro's got the ball, intercepts it. Goes deep to Brian, who sees Andreas. Unfortunately, his first touch is not the best. Martins comes in, tries to take a shot. Torres is able to block it out of bounds for a BRUSA restart about a quarter of the way into Gloom territory. There's a little question about the ball. Do we have enough air pressure in the ball? That's usually done by the refs at the beginning of the game. Apparently we didn't do that. Medina takes a restart. Vargas, Brandau, Martins, and Wilson on the court for your... Looks like Vargas comes in, does a quick restart, tries to get it to Martins. Deflection header. And Andreas earns a restart. Deflection off of Medina. Daniel to Andreas, who brings it up the north side of the court. Sees Brian on the south side. Brian brings it across, takes a shot, left-footed shot. Unfortunately goes wide, out of bounds for a keeper restart. We have 1:05 left in the game. 3-3. Medina, Martins, Brandau, Vargas with Wilson as the goalkeeper for BRUSA, who rolls the ball deep to Martins, who does a quick chip shot. Oh, nice reflection by Daniel. Saves that shot. Andreas comes back and saves it. So this go out of bounds for BRUSA restart. Coming up on the north side, Chile has the ball on the south side of the court. He's got Brian to his right. Pedro goes in deep. Andreas on the north side. He goes to Andreas, who sees the goal, tries to go left-footed shot, gets deflected by Martins out of bounds for a Gloom corner kick. Andreas is going to restart it. 37 seconds left. It's 3-3. Andreas puts the ball down, plays it deep to Bustamante. A little bit of action going on here. Chile brings it back to Brian at midcourt. Brian brings it across. He's looking, plays it deep, out of bounds. It will be a Gloom restart deep in BRUSA territory on the south side of the court. So it's going to enter the corner kick, a reflection. Deep ball. Andreas goes back and recovers it. He's got Chile to the north side to his right. He plays the ball to him. Chile now has Andreas to his left. Brian to his right. He plays the ball to. Brian's got the ball. We've got 13 seconds left in the game. Peter is making a run, plays to Chile. Chile takes a left-footed shot, unfortunately, does not get the action he wanted. 8 seconds left. Wilson's got the ball, the keeper. This is a really exciting game, ladies and gentlemen. That your Santa Fe Gloom, third place Santa Fe Gloom. Martin goes around, turns. Luckily cannot get power on the shot or accuracy. It is a restart, 1.6 seconds left in the first half. Daniel with the ball, plays it to, takes a shot, and not on target. That was your first half, ladies and gentlemen. Exciting halftime that we had for your Santa Fe Gloom. Bustamante scored the equalizer with the PK. Leonardo earned the second goal for us. And so now we have halftime. Still time to come down here. We have Santa Fe Community College Foundation here with food for sale to help the foundation. We have a really active crowd. We got a shout out to Zali and Nais from the 2014 girls in the crowd tonight. Come down here and see. You get a call out if you come out here. We got Rachel and Gabriel Saibon representing some of the older kids, the 03 and 98 kids from back in the day when they played for the Gloom, for Santa Fe, for Northern New Mexico soccer team. And we have a bunch of kids out here now for a halftime Fanatics. It's just a little game we'll have going on. Northern, red versus yellow. It's always great to see young kids playing the beautiful game. And as you all know, we have the wonderful World Cup, FIFA Men's World Cup happening. First game is June 11th in Mexico City. Check out all the games. There are tickets that you can buy for all the games around the country, both in Canada, Mexico, and the US of A. Still have 20 minutes left in the second half, and we're at halftime right now. An exciting game, 3-3. Many thanks go out to our sponsors. Again, the official game sponsor for tonight's match is Del Norte Credit Union. Sign up for your local credit union at dncu.org or many of their branches around northern New Mexico. City of Santa Fe Economic Development, thank you, Joanna Nelson. Capital Ford of Santa Fe, thank you, Brant family, and Zach especially. I drive my 2022 Ford Maverick that I purchased from them. It's a brilliant truck, and I love it. Official T-shirt burrito canning sponsor is Pantry Dos. Thank you, Michael Singley. The athletic trainer, Joe Friedrich and Stephanie Ulian, professional therapy partners. The official podcast partner is Pit Press Podcast by Eric and Jennifer Moulton. The warm-up jerseys that were worn today pre-game for the Santa Fe Gloom were donated, sponsored by St. Vincent Hospital Foundation. Thank you, Marcos Zubia. And, of course, for the official Game Time jersey, the Game Time jersey sponsor is Mercedes-Benz of Santa Fe. Thank you, Michael Martinez. And a big shout-out to my boy, Mason. Hopefully he's listening to the podcast tonight. This is a really exciting game, ladies and gentlemen. Santa Fe Gloom have not been this close against this BRUSA team that has traveled here from Mesa, Arizona. So come on down. Remember, every game for the Santa Fe Gloom, home games are free. Boys and girls, moms and dads, whoever, grandma, grandpa. Hey, you never know who you might see here. Maybe We might have Messi show up at some point. You don't know. You only know if you show up. Let's recap the Santa Fe Gloom's 2025-2026 season so far. We started off on December 19th, a Friday, against New Mexico Flagship, where we unfortunately lost 7-11 to them. The next game the Gloom played was against New Mexico Flagship again, but in Albuquerque on January 17th. And that score was 7 for the Flagship, 5 for your Gloom. Our next game that we had was February 7th against Los Yuantes, where Gloom were the away team, and we won 1-5 for our first victory of the season there. Then our next game that we had was Santa Fe Gloom against New Mexico Flagship again on February 14th, where we won our second game, the Gloom 6-4. The next game we had against was February 21st. It was another home game, Santa Fe Gloom against tonight's BRUSA. And we unfortunately lost that game 3-4. Hopefully we won't repeat that today. Hopefully it's going to be a victory for your Santa Fe Gloom. The next game that we played was against BRUSA away on February 28th, where we lost 11-9. The next game we had, which was the last game before this, was on March 14th. It was an away game against Los Yuantes, and that was our first tie of the season at 6-6, leaving your Santa Fe Gloom 2-4-1. Hopefully tonight we'll earn that third victory and get this BRUSA curse off of our backs. It's really exciting to see these little ones playing out here. We got the red of Northern New Mexico against the yellow of Northern New Mexico. Boys and girls out here playing the beautiful game. Many thanks out to David Fresquez for getting this franchise going in our third season of the National Premier Futsal League. What's going on, ladies? I don't think we put enough sunscreen on it today. Oh, you did? You can tell. You guys played really well today. So. Who? Ileana? And Coach David. Who's a better soccer player, you or her? That's right. You guys enjoyed the game? Yeah. Yeah, it's on YouTube. I shot it out, you guys. When you go home, you can actually listen to it. I shot it both you guys out. I said, oh, some local celebrities. And Ais and Zolly in the house. Well, you kind of signed it. Yeah. Cool. I'm not sure yet. We'll find out. Okay. Thanks, guys. We'll see ya. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're getting ready for the start of the second half. As I mentioned at the beginning of the game, what you'll notice here is in futsal, the teams switch sides or switch benches, in essence. The bench represents the side that they're actually defending. This way they can do the quick on-the-fly substitutions that futsal allows you to do. Hopefully our lag isn't affecting our second half here. We deeply apologize for that. Looks like for BRUSA, we're going to have Medina, Martins, Vargas, and Brandau starting with Wilson in the net. For your Santa Fe Gloom, we've got Chile, Brian, Pedro, Andreas, and we've got a new goalkeeper in for us tonight. Jorge Morales is representing for the second half. 20 minutes, ladies and gentlemen, 20 minutes. Let's send out those positive thoughts, cheers for our Gloom so we can get a winner tonight in the back of the net. It's a start for Gloom. Bustamante plays to Pedro. Pedro plays it back to Brian. Brian back to Pedro. Pedro to Andreas, who's on the south side of the court. Back to Pedro. Pedro to Andreas. He's got Chile on the north side of the court, who he plays it to. Back to Peter on the top. We got some rotation going on here of players. Brian's got the ball. He's got Chile on his right. Andreas, who he plays to, on his left. Andreas to Pedro. Andreas makes an overlapping run. Chile with the ball. Pedro, nice little possession here. Tries to go ball deep to Andreas, and they force BRUSA forces a turnover. It'll be BRUSA restart. Medina gets the ball. 19:13 left in the second half in the game. The score is 3-3. A tie here at Toby Roybal Memorial Gym. Medina does a quick restart. Does a chip shot. Bustamante intercepts it, unfortunately, with his header. He can't get it underneath his feet. Brandau to Vargas. Chile's putting pressure. Back to Medina. Pedro's the point. Brandau makes an overlap. Tries to pull out the defender. Plays it to Martins, who tries to turn around to use that powerful foot. And Rivas knocks out of bounds for a BRUSA corner kick. You still look to mark up. Medina will do the restart. Chile trying to get the quick restart. Interception. Plays it deep. Tries to go deep for it. Keep the keeper out of his net. Unfortunately, goes wide. It will be a keeper restart for Wilson. Vargas comes back for the restart. Wilson rolls it out to his feet. He's got Brandau to his left. Medina south on his right. He goes deep. Pedro intercepts it. It's 3v2. Tries to take a shot. Nutmegs him. Wilson with the quick foot. Knocks out of bounds for a quick restart. Pedro's got the ball. He's got Brian to his left. He's got Andreas to his left. He plays deep to Brian. Brian's got the ball. Goes deep to Bustamante. Bustamante tries to do some footwork, and he goes out of bounds, unfortunately, for a BRUSA restart. Medina's got the ball. South side of the court in BRUSA territory. Plays the ball to Brandau. Once again, Brandau is the all-time leading assist maker for this season. Plays the ball deep to Martins, who plays it back to Brandau, who tries to take a shot. Bustamante. Oh, he plays the Hulk. He's got the Chiles on fire. It's not red or green, ladies and gentlemen. Chile's all Christmas because he brings the presents every game. Brandau with the ball. Pedro on the plays to Martins, who brings it across. Oh, nice footwork by Pedro. Counterattack 2v2. Can Pedro bring it in? Oh, brings it across. Wilson comes out of his net and deflects that ball really quick. Brian tries to take a left-footed shot. Brandau knocks out of bounds for a quick restart on the south side. Brian does that to Pedro. He's got Andreas on the north side who gets the ball. Tries to take a shot. Forces the save by the keeper. Deflects it out of bounds. It will be a Gloom, a corner kick. Pedro gets the ball for the restart. little conversation by Brian and the coach on what he's looking for, how to mark up, man up. It is a very physical game. Pedro puts the ball down for restart, plays it, chips to Chile. He's about mid-court with the ball. Ooh, draws to Medina. Plays it back. Torres plays it back to Brian, who brings it across to Andreas. Plays it deep to... Ooh, nice shot. Almost Brian, a deep, low shot. Forces the save by Wilson, who plays out of bounds for a Gloom corner kick. Looks like Brian's going to go take the restart, putting Peter into the box. Brian gets the restart ready. Plays it in. Quick ball to Andres, who goes far post. Unfortunately misses it, but does get the stairwell. Wilson's looking around. Slight jog to go get the ball. I think he's looking for a backup ball. We got Northern coaches in the game in the house tonight. Vic and Coach Daniel here tonight representing Northern. Thank you so much, gentlemen, for everything you do for the youth of Santa Fe. Restart. BRUSA's got the ball. Medina plays through Bustamonte's legs. Uribe's now on the court for BRUSA, who's got the ball. Bustamante is putting pressure. Medina, Megs, Peter, who brings it to Brandau on the north side of the court. Brandau's coming across. Pedro's putting defensive pressure. Double mans with Andreas. Tries to play the ball back. And Jorge gets his first touch of the game. Saves a kind of a weak shot. Pedro's got the ball. Bustamante in the south side of the court is bringing attacking. Tries the left-footed far post shot. Goes wide for a BRUSA restart. Wilson's looking around the court as he walks over and picks up the ball. It is still a 3-3. 16:42 left in the half, which means left in the game. Uribe, Medina, Martins, Brandau, Wilson for BRUSA against Torres, Monge, Bustamante, Rivas, and Morales for your Gloom. Brandau's got the ball deep in his territory with Torres putting pressure on him. Plays it Medina, plays it to Uribe. Medina's got the ball, tries to do a chip shot. Rivas intercepts. Torres has got the ball on the south side of the court. He attacks, plays the ball in. Unfortunately, does not get Bustamonte's feet. Wilson gets the ball, rolls it to Brandau, who's got the ball, brings it across. He's got Uribe, Medina to the south of him. Brandau plays it back to Uribe, who plays to Medina, brings it back across as they try to get the defenders out of bounds. Oh, a deep ball. Brandau just didn't have the pace to get to it. The Gloom restart. Pedro plays the ball quickly to Brian. He's got Andreas on the south side of the court. Bustamante deep in the box. Pedro to Brian. Brian south to Andreas. Tries to knock it in with his right foot. Miskicks it. It is a BRUSA restart. 15:44 left in the game. It's 3-3. Wilson has the ball. Looks for someone to roll. He throws it deep to Medina, who tries to chip it in, but luckily past Jorge, and Brian was there to knock it deep. Bustamante out, Leonardo in. Medina plays the, looks at Brandau restart, plays it back to Wilson, goalkeeper. Wilson plays it north to Uribe. Uribe looks for Medina, plays it back to Brandau. Torres is putting pressure on Brandau. Mid-court. Brandau tries to take a shot, stops it really quick. Peter's got it, and he's looking to shield it. He's looking to bring it across, and he can't get through. Medina, who plays good defense. He's asking for a hold. Referee says no. It will be a Gloom restart if they can find the ball. Looks like it went in the Gloom tunnel again. 15:19 left in the game. It is a 3-3 score. Second referee provides the ball. Torres has got it. Looks like he he tried to be sneaky to put it back post for Leonardo, who's making the run. Gets intercepted from Medina, who kicks out of bounds for a Gloom restart. Rivas has got the restart. Plays it to Torres, who plays it back to Rivas. Patient back to Torres, to Rivas, who plays it deep to Leonardo. Oh, nice touch. Oh, great goalkeeping. Oh, in the net! A banger, ladies and gentlemen, by Rivas. Just at the top of the F in Santa Fe. It is Santa Fe Gloom 4, BRUSA 3. Look at that. Ladies and gentlemen, a quick banger by Rivas. Buries it in the back of the net. That is amazing, ladies and gentlemen. We have Andreas, Pedro, Leonardo, Brian, Jorge in for your Gloom against Brandao, Uribe, Medina, and Karim, looking for a equal 50-50 ball, but BRUSA wins the foul, the restart. This is an exciting match, ladies and gentlemen. Almost full house here at the Toby Roybal Memorial. Referees bring the ball back. I think he's saying the ball was not stationary. Brandau's got the ball. Torres on the point. Plays to Medina. Andres intercepts a missed kick. Pedro trying to put some pressure on there. Unfortunately plays the ball out of bounds for a BRUSA restart. Wilson plays to Medina. He's asking for some movement. Medina saw his possession of the ball, plays it to Brandao. Torres on pressure. Tries to chip it through to Karima. Plays it back to Medina. Andres now putting pressure on the ball. Forcing Medina to play to Brandao. Torres on Brandao. As he tries to come across. Plays it to Karima. A nice defensive play by Leonardo, who forces the ball back to Uribe, who plays it back to Medina deep in BRUSA territory. Andres pointing points. Karim on the ball with Rivas. Andres comes in to do double man, but the ball gets played back to Medina, to Brandao on the north side of the court. Torres putting pressure. Nice defense by, and Andres gets the ball. Can he do, unfortunately he plays it behind his player. Gets intercepted by Uribe. A little miscommunication there. Medina's got the ball. Andres on pressure. Plays it to Karim on the south side of the court. And Leonardo is putting pressure like crazy. Knocks out of bounds, which is fine. Restart for BRUSA. Medina looks for the ball. 13:36 left in the game. It is Santa Fe Gloom 4, BRUSA 3. Medina with the restart. He's got Vargas, Uribe. Tries to play a deep ball. Looks like we got a shove in the back on Brian from Moyana, number 18, big guy. That's what BRUSA does. They try to get a very big target forward that can control the space with their size and strength. But Brian was a bigger guy there. Restarts to Torres on the north side, to Leonardo on the south side. Leonardo to Brian in the midcourt. He plays to Torres, plays it back to Brian. Trying to get movement here against this BRUSA. Andres tries to shield him, does a screen. Gets the ball knocked out of bounds for a restart for Gloom. Torres gets the ball. We have Pedro, Andreas, Brian, Leonardo, and Jorge on the court against Uribe, Vargas, Moyana, Medina, and Wilson for the BRUSA. Restart by Peter, plays it deep to Brian at midcourt. Brian holds the ball, gets pressure from Vargas, tries to do a chip, and Moyana does the soft, quick defensive header out of bounds. Quick restart with Leonardo to Pedro, who's got midcourt. North side of the court to Andreas, who plays it south to Brian. Brian's got the ball, getting pressure from Moyana, who plays it to Andreas, who plays it deep to Leonardo, and earns a Gloom corner kick.
Would also like to welcome Santa Fe Community College board member Lena German. Thank you, Lena, for your support, and thank you to Santa Fe Community College.
Leonardo with the restart. Plays it to Andreas, who tried to do a quick Flick back to Brian. They do earn a restart off of a BRUSA out of bounds. Leonardo to Brian. Brian's looking the ball to deep to Leonardo. A little too much. A little too much. You see the grimace on Leonardo. You know he had it. Just a little too much oomph on the ball. I always tell my players a pass with purpose. That was pass with purpose. Just Leonardo just didn't have the pace to catch up to it. It is a restart for BRUSA. Wilson's got the ball. He's got Vargas, Fuller, Medina, and Moyana on the ball. Wilson plays it to Vargas. We got Andreas, Pedro, Brian, and Leonardo, and Jorge on the court for your Santa Fe Gloom. Medina at the ball to Vargas. Vargas plays it back to Medina. High pressure by Leonardo, who wins the ball. Nice defensive work. Earns a ricochet out of bounds for a Gloom restart. Andreas is out. Chile's on. Leonardo the restart. Plays it back to Bustamante. Bustamante plays it back to Leonardo. Plays it across south all the way to Brian. Brian's got the ball. Plays to Pedro. Pulls in the defenders, Fuller and Moyana. He's looking to try to get past him. Earns a corner kick. Ooh, Pedro plays it back. A rocket from Chile. It goes out of bounds high. Wilson's getting the ball. Got 12:02 left in the game. Santa Fe Gloom 4. BRUSA 3. Wilson plays to Medina. Medina's going to try to do a quick chip shot pass. He does a nice one. Vargas gets in the way. Who wins the ball? Bustamonte's in there, and they call a out-of-bounds restart for BRUSA. Vargas comes out. Brandao comes in. Brandon and Medina. Deep to Moyana. Double man with Brian and oh! And Moyana, quick turn, pops it and catches Jorge flat-footed. It is now 4-4. 11:45 left in the game. We got Fuller, Moyana, Medina, Brandao, Wilson in for BRUSA, Rivas. We've got Maximo Brito now in with Chile Bustamante. A little shove behind from Fuller on Rivas, earns a foul. Brian does a quick restart to Chile on the north side of the court. He's got, now we have another sub for your Gloom. We have Elias Gonzalez, number 16, in as well. So it's Gonzalez, Brito, Rivas, Bustamante, Brito, Bustamante, Bustamante deep to Rivas. Oh, and unfortunately, missed a little communication. It's a quick counterattack, 2v1. And luckily, Brandao plays it wide. Jorge did come out. They did earn a restart for Gloom. Restart from Jorge to Brian. Brian plays it deep to Elias. Elias plays it back to Brian, who plays it to Maximo. Maximo plays it back to Brian. Ooh, nice. Unfortunately, plays out of bounds. Tries to get it past Fuller. Brandao does a restart. Brandao goes deep. Out of bounds. We're calling a foul on Moyano. On Brian. We got Bustamante, Gonzalez, Morales, Rivas, and Brito on the court for your Gloom. Brian plays the Maximo. Maximo plays it back to Brian on the south side of the court. Plays the Chile. Chile's got the ball. Tries to play it through. Fuller's got the ball. Maximo was trying to provide defense. Force it out of bounds, which he did. Gloom restart. A little cheeky out there. That does get Chile's passion up when other teams do that. And hopefully we'll see Chile bringing, he always brings his A game, but hopefully he's going to bring his Christmas game today. Maximo to Bustamante, who tries to rip it out of bounds. Restart. Chile to Elias, who plays it back to Chile. Chile, Andreas. Andreas to Chile. Chile's got the ball on the south side of the court, being pressured by Karima to Elias. Elias earns a restart, plays it really quick to Andreas. Over to Maximo. To Elias. Plays it north to Andreas. Bustamante in the point in the box. Maximo to Andreas. Andreas, he's got Elias on the north side of the court, who he plays it to. Then he's got Chile on the north side. Elias plays it to him, plays it back to Jorge, the court keeper. Keeper plays it to the south side to Andreas. Plays it to Chile. A lot of arm work going on here. Chile tries to go left-footed far post, goes out of bounds for a restart. Fuller out, Uribe on. Wilson with the ball. Wilson, Uribe, Medina, Brando. Wilson goes deep. Doesn't communicate with Medina. Medina didn't see it too late. Goes out of bounds for a restart for Gloom. Looks like Chile's off. Presi Ruiz is on. Elias is off. Pedro Torres is on. So we've got Brito, Monge, Torres, Morales, and Ruiz on the court for your Santa Fe Gloom. Against Moyano, Uribe, Brandao, Medina, and Wilson for BRUSA. Maximo with the ball. Plays it to Peter on the north side of the court. Plays it back to Maximo. Sees Peter. Plays it to Presi Ruiz. Does a little chip. And he goes to the goalkeeper. Wilson has that in his hands. Plays it to Brandao. Brandao's got the ball. Maximo putting point pressure on him. Plays it to Moyana. Tries to chip it through two Gloom players, and Jorge's there. Picks up the ball, plays it to Andreas. Plays it to Maximo. Maximo, Andreas. To Pedro. Pedro, Andreas. Andreas to Presi, who's on the north side of the court. Presi, tries to see Peter on the far post. Gets intercepted. Ball goes out of bounds. It is a Gloom ball in BRUSA territory. 8:05 left in the game, ladies and gentlemen. It is 4-4.
Thank you to John Paul Carnillo and family for supporting the Gloom.
Maximo to Andreas. Andreas to Peter. Tries to take a shot, far post. Oh, just wide. It'll be a restart for BRUSA. Wilson's got the ball. Wilson to Uribe. To Brandao, who tries to go deep to Moyana. Moyana's got the ball. Andreas pressure. Plays it back to Medina to Brandao. Maximo goes putting pressure on the ball. Looks like they're trying to do a screen really quick. Moyana. Andreas on the ball. Plays it to Moyano, who's trying to get subbed out. Knocks the ball out so he can get out. And Captain Martins for BRUSA is back on the court. Maximo plays it Pedro. Pedro's got Andreas to his south, who he plays to. Andreas, nice ball. Maximo couldn't get control of it, but does earn the restart off of the deflection. So we got Ruiz, Torres, Monge, Brito, Morales for your Santa Fe Gloom. Maximo with the restart, plays it back to Andreas, who does a ripping shot with his right foot. It goes wide, though. Did not challenge Wilson in the net. 7:27 left in the game. It is 4-4 here at Toby Roybaugh Memorial Gym in Santa Fe, New Mexico, the oldest state capital in the country of the United States of America. Wilson with the ball. Does like a little spinning deep ball to Martins, who's being held up by Andreas. Plays it back to Uribe. Uribe with the ball, being pressured by Maximo. Medina, nice interception by Ruiz. He still's got the ball. Nice, tries to do a spin and puts pressure on Wilson. Wilson comes out big with the ball. He's got the ball now, plays it north to Brandao, who plays it deep to Martins, Andres all over him, who forces the ball back. Pedro on point against Brandau. Plays it deep to Martins again. Looking for a heel pass. Doesn't work. Pedro's there to intercept. They're coming through. Plays it to Andres, who plays it. Oh, unfortunately, high post. Does earn the corner kick off of the Wilson deflection, saving out of bounds. It is a Gloom corner. Wilson trying to argue it wasn't off of him, but it is. Leonardo's now in for Ruiz, so we got Leonardo, Andreas. Brian's back in with Pedro and Jorge for your Gloom. Against Martins, Fuller, Medina, Brandau, and Wilson. Rivas with the ball, playing it back to Andreas. South to Leonardo. Leonardo to Andreas. Leaves it off for Brian, who plays it back to Leonardo. Leaves it off for Brian. Brian south to Peter. Plays it. Oh, yes! In the net! What a combination play! Torres to Rivas. Rivas into the box for Andreas. Two touches it, puts it on his foot, turns, has the keeper on the ground. It is 5-4. Your Santa Fe Gloom, ladies and gentlemen, at the 6:11 time. We got Leonardo, Andreas, Pedro, Brian, Jorge for your Gloom. Against Medina, Brandau, Fuller, Martins, and Wilson. Leonardo puts the pressure. BRUSA earn a restart deep in their territory. 5:58 left in the game. Brandau comes over to look for the restart. Brandau plays it back to Wilson, who plays it deep. Tries to get Martin's head. He's the tallest player on the court. Jorge plays a quick short ball to Brian. A nice little quick for Brian. Sees Torres on the north side of the court. We're getting a little bit higher press from BRUSA now. Now they're definitely behind. Plays the ball. Leonardo's got the ball to Peter. Unfortunately gets intercepted. Oh, a nice little interception by Leonardo. It looks like the referee's calling a foul and gave a player a yellow. Let's see if we get some clarity here on who got the yellow. I guess Medina got the yellow. Somewhat confusion on the ball. Referee corrects it. It is Gloom ball. Restart. Medina did get the yellow. We got 4 fouls for BRUSA and 1 foul for your Gloom. Rivas south to Andreas. Andreas to Leonardo, who plays it into Brian again. Brian, nice little backward pass to Peter, who's got 2 guys on him. To Andreas, to Brian, to Peter. Peter, oh, does a nutmeg. Unfortunately, can't get around the player. Wilson saves it. Wilson plays it to Fuller, who plays it to Medina. Gloom force a turnover. It'll be Gloom ball. Fuller out. Uribe in for BRUSA. This might be a turning point for your Santa Fe Gloom. Torres to Brian. Brian does a quick little chip shot. Wilson comes out. He goes deep again. Tries to get Uribe with the header, who knocks it out of bounds over the goal. It'll be a Jorge keeper restart. He goes deep to Bustamante. He just came on. We got Chile, Andreas, Pedro, Brian, and Jorge for your Gloom. against Medina, Uribe, Vargas, Martins, and Wilson. Wilson's got the ball. He's going really deep. He likes that head of Martins, and Rivas intercepts it with the header out of bounds. It will be a restart for BRUSA. We have 4:46 left in the game. It is Santa Fe Gloom 5, BRUSA 4. Vargas goes over to do the restart. Bustamante gets the near post. And I'm not sure what Vargas was doing, but he just knocked it completely out of bounds. So it'll be a restart for Santa Fe Gloom. Jorge's got the ball, plays it short to Brian, who pulls in Uribe. Oh, a little miscommunication. Is a turnover for Uribe to Medina. Martins. Pressure on Medina. Oh, almost combination play from Torres to Bustamante to Andreas. Unfortunately, couldn't get it in. It is a restart for BRUSA. Wilson's got the ball, plays it to Vargas, plays it to Medina. Medina's got the ball, tries to do chip, play. And Jorge comes out big. 2v2. Can we get it? Oh, BRUSA's got back defensively. Bustamante has the ball on the south side of the court. He plays it deep to Jorge, his goalkeeper, who plays it to Brian on the north side. Brian sees Andreas in the center of the court, who tries to do a toe punch, and Wilson saves it out of bounds. It is a Gloom corner. Vargas out, Uribe out. We got Brandao, Martins, Medina, number 5, and Wilson in for BRUSA against Rivas, Torres, Monge, Bustamante, and Morales. A chip from Rivas, and Bustamante does a ripping volley. Left foot unfortunately goes wide for a BRUSA restart. Wilson rolls it out to Medina on the south side of the court. Ruiz is now in. Pressi's now in for Bustamante. For your Gloom, Medina gets number 5 to Martins. He's going to try to use his size. And a ripping shot out of bounds. It will be a Gloom restart. 3:37 left in this game. 5-4 Gloom versus BRUSA. Brian's got the ball, does a little tip shot to Pressy. Uses his side, tries to go, nice shot to, ooh, unfortunately Peter couldn't get it around Wilson, who came out off his line and played big defensively in the net. It will be a Gloom restart with Rivas getting the ball. And Peter, our coach for the Gloom, just earned a yellow card. You can only comment so much to the refs or get in the way. Oh, goes deep for Ruiz. Who's almost is able to get it turn around. Wilson played big, came out defensively, and we're calling it Gloom restart. Nope, they gave it to BRUSA. Brandau has the ball, plays it south to Medina, who goes to number 5. Medina to Brandau, plays to Martins. Andreas has got the ball, intercepted. Brian's got the ball to Peter. He's got Pressy on the south side. Plays it deep to Andreas. Peter. Pressy's got the ball. What can he do? What can he do? Turns with his left foot. No power behind it. Wilson's got it. Plays it to Medina to Brandau on the north side of the court. He goes deep to Martins. Rivas is on him. Andreas comes back and double teams him. Tries to pull on the player. 5 tries to rip it. Peter's in the way. Number 5 had a nice volley, unfortunately wide for them. Pressy out, Chile on. It'll be a keeper restart for Jorge, who just rolls it to the feet of Brian. 2:39 left in the game. Andreas, nice little chip shot. What can Chile do with it? Nice. Oh, and nice defensive play from Medina. The force out of bounds. There's a quick counterattack by Bustamante and Torres. Torres goes over, walks over, gets the ball. Once again, the clock stops, so there's no stoppage time that you have to worry about or delay of game. It is 2:31 left in the game. Santa Fe Gloom 5, BRUSA 4. Got Pedro with the restart. Plays it deep, tries to keep the keeper, And we got a corner kick for the Gloom.
Gloom corner.
That was a nice quick rocket of a restart for Pedro Torres into the net, but the keeper was right there. Pedro does a corner kick. It looks like he's going to go deep to Brian, a deep long ball. Going to try to pull BRUSA in. Pedro to Brian. Ooh, a little ricochet. Pedro was able to win it. Oh, unfortunately, not enough oomph on that. Shot goes out of bounds from Martins. Peter was there playing big. It'll be a BRUSA restart. 2:23 left in the game. Bustamante, Torres, Rivas, Monge, Morales. Brandao starts, but Bustamante's all over him. He's claiming a fist in the face. Bustamante's playing big. He's playing big. One-on-one the goalkeeper. Keeper comes out. Bustamante earns a corner kick. It looks like we have our first timeout of the game. At the 2:17 mark. Timeout called by BRUSA as they're behind a goal. This is an exciting game. And unlike in real soccer, where you can't call timeouts, in futsal you can call timeout. Very similar to hockey and basketball.
Once again, the final home game of the season is next Saturday, 1 week from tonight at 7 o'clock, right here at Santa Fe High School against Los United of Mesa, Arizona.
Both the coaches are trying to go over their last 2-minute game tactics. Of course, for Gloom, they'd love to get another goal. But in the worst case scenario, they want to maintain the lead and not allow an equalizer in. Of course, BRUSA wants to get an equalizer. They'd like to at least come out of this with a point versus no points. Of course, the Gloom would love to come out of this with 3 points, which would still leave them in third place, though, because the Mexico flagship has 15 points. Bustamante was trying to do a quick thing. BRUSA will still have 18 points before this. Bustamante with the ball. Goes cross court to Andreas. Andreas now plays it deep to Brian. Pulls in Uribe. Ooh, Brian got a little caught on her foot, but luckily Jorge was there. Goes deep to Bustamante. Tries to heads it, gets a deflection off of a BRUSA player.
Gloom corner.
For a Gloom corner. So we got Andreas, Brian, Pedro, Chile, Jorge on the court against Medina, Brandao, Uribe, and Moyana and Wilson in the net. Bustamante goes for the restart, 2:01 left in the game. Bustamante backs up to the Gloom tunnel. He's asking for the distance from the ref. Ref says we're going to play on the whistle. Goes in across court to Brian, who's got the ball. We go back into Gloom territory. Brian plays it deep. Wilson there catches the ball. Plays it to the north side of the court to Brandao, who's got the ball. Pedro's point person on the ball. Uribe tries to take a shot, and Brian deflects it out of bounds for a BRUSA restart. 1:38 left in the game. Bustamante out for Leonardo. Brandao with the restart. He's asking for distance from Pedro. Waiting for the restart on the whistle. Brandao on the ball. Plays it deep to Wilson. 1:36 left in the game. Plays it Moyano to Medina. Medina gets intercepted by Pedro. Unfortunately, he can't keep it in bounds, but he does force the restart. Uribe out, Fuller in. Brando retrieves the ball out of the Santa Fe Gloom tunnel. Referee points to where the restart's going to be. Brando to Medina. Brando's got the ball back. Does a chip shot up to Moyano, who's going to try to do a quick turnaround with his left foot. And it goes high and wide for a Gloom restart. 1:22 left in the game. Jorge's got the ball. Plays it short to Brian. Brian plays it to Pedro. They try to do a little chick shot through. Medina's got the ball to Fuller. Fuller to Brandao. Interception by Rivas. Unfortunately goes out of bounds for a BRUSA restart. Brandao with the ball. Tries to do a little chip shot to Moyano. Who tries to turn and takes a shot. It goes out of bounds for a Gloom restart. 1:07 left in the game. Jorge's got the ball. Leonardo goes deep. Oh, quick restart. Oh, no. Some deflection of ball there. Wilson's gotten really good. Andres to the ball, goes wide. Deep, far post. Wilson puts a mid on it. It goes out of bounds for a Gloom corner kick. Leonardo goes to do the restart. 57 seconds left in the game. Leonardo deep to Brian. Brian goes back to Leonardo. 53 seconds left. Wilson with the restart for BRUSA. Plays it short to Brandao. Brando's got the ball. Goes deep to Moyano. Moyano gets then caught underneath and Pedro tries to, on the counter attack, tries to take the shot and goes wide. It will be a BRUSA restart. 46 seconds left. Andres has not given them any type of comfort there. Lets the ball roll out. Medina has to go retrieve it for Wilson. Wilson's going to probably play deep. Ball to Martins, who comes in for Moyano, the top scorer of the league. Oh, nice defense by Brian on Fuller. But Martins tries to take a shot too. Brando's got the ball back. Pedro on the point. You can hear excitement from the benches. Across to Medina. Rivas is there, deflects out of bounds. 26 seconds left for a BRUSA restart.
Defense by the Gloom. 26 more seconds.
Medina, the restart goes to Martins, who tries to rip it in. Goes back to Martins. Medina plays it deep to Wilson. Pedro putting point. Medina, Rivas on the point. Plays the ball to Martins. He tries to go through. Oh, nice defense by Andres. He is fired up. Oh, he shows Martins. Gives him a little shoulder. Got a big old smile on Andres' face. Corner kick for Brandao. 11 seconds left. Medina tries to take a shot. It's another corner kick. Brando, Medina, Fuller, Martins, Wilson in for BRUSA. Andreas, Brian, Pedro, Leonardo, and Jorge in for your Gloom. Restart by Brandao on the corner kick. He's looking. He tries to play deep. And Martins goes to the rafters. Up above everything. Did not get his head over that ball. It is a Gloom restart. 9 seconds left. Santa Fe Gloom 5. BRUSA 4. The little ones play the ball deep. Assistant coach gets the ball. Rolls it to Jorge, who gets to restart with the ball. Goes deep for Leonardo, who tries to turn. Ball goes out of bounds. 6.6 seconds left. Wilson's got the ball. He's probably going to try to go deep to Martins. Try to get his head, his big body on it. He's got the ball, almost had it, could not control it. Goes out of bounds for Jorge. 3.8 seconds left. Ladies and gentlemen, 5-4. Santa Fe Gloom over BRUSA. Jorge goes deep to Andreas. Ball gets knocked out. Less than a second left in the game. What can Andreas do with the ball? Plays it deep to Brian, and that's it, ladies and gentlemen. A victory. 5 in the net for your Santa Fe Gloom. 5-4 over BRUSA. Santa Fe Gloom earned that victory, so now they're 3-4-1. The next home game is next Saturday here at Toby Roybal Memorial Gym. So come here against Los Unitas. That was an exciting game, ladies and gentlemen. Hope to see you again next season.